Welcome to our studio. With us we have Desiree Hakizimana. He's an environmental conservationist and a CEO. Welcome, Mr. Desiree.
Thank you.
We also have Miss Rachel Ajambo. She's the country team leader, Kilimo Trust. Welcome, Rachel.
Thank you.
There's a trending concern about conservation of wetlands that has raised such an alarm, and it's the reason we are here today. I would like to ask Mr. Desiree to explain to us about his concern regarding wetland conservation.
Yes, thank you very much, moderator. As she said, I'm Desiree Hakizimana. I'm the CEO of Environment Conservation. And we have had concerns through our research about Kilimo Trust promoting rice growing. And you all know how rice is associated with wetlands, and we are concerned with our wetlands in East Africa. Thank you.
So, Mr. Desiree, what is the actual concern?
Yes, we all know the consequences, how rice growing in wetland has an impact of disturbing the wetlands. There is a biodiversity distortion, and we have had a lot of issues in water odor, in terms of water color, and gas emissions. So all those are the issues we are concerned about when Kilimo Trust is promoting rice growing in wetlands.
Thank you very much, Mr. Desiree. Madam Rachel, do you have any reaction to such a concern? It seems very deep.
Thank you very much, Madam Moderator. Good morning, viewers. I appreciate the opportunity to come and give our position as Kilimo Trust on this pertinent issue. I would like to thank my fellow panelist, Mr. Hakizimana, for bringing this attention to for bringing his concern to our attention. And we would like to respond that it is actually not true that Kilimo Trust is promoting rice production in wetlands, and therefore leading to biodegradation and all the other concerns that come with degradation of wetlands. And the reason we want to categorically say that as Kilimo Trust, one of our strategic pillars is about agricultural transformation in Eastern Africa, and particularly in Uganda. And we do this with partners. We do this through our strategic thrust on ensuring environmental sustainability. And one of the ways that we are doing this is we are implementing a program, actually two programs, on environmental conservation. One of those programs is called the Reduce, Reuse, Recycle Rice Initiative for Climate Smart Agriculture. We are implementing this project in Eastern Uganda, in the wetlands of Butaleja, Tororo, and in the uplands in Kwen. And we are also implementing another program on environmental conservation in Bulisa and in Noya. Specifically back to the issue on wetland conservation, we are working in these districts that I've just mentioned, Butaleja and Tororo, to make sure that our partners and beneficiaries and stakeholders engaged on this program actually understand why it is important to conserve wetlands. What have we been doing about this concern? We have been holding radio talk shows together with district local government officials to sensitize about wetland conservation and the impact of destroying wetlands. At the farmer level, we have been training and showcasing innovative approaches to producing rice in wetlands. These approaches have included training farmers on the sustainable rice production, especially in wetland ecosystems. And in this, we promote actually the water management. We promote the use of other innovations such as biochar and others to make sure that farmers can improve their yield without necessarily expanding area under production, especially into vulnerable agroecologies like wetlands. What else have we done? We've also advocated for other production systems, such as upland rice production, which is a farming system of rice that does not require farmers to produce rice in wetlands. They can produce their rice upland, they can use varieties which are much higher yielding, and they can actually have higher volumes that are marketable surpluses. Because at the end of the day, why are farmers entering wetlands to produce? Farmers are entering wetlands to produce so that they have a marketable surplus, so that they can have money in their pockets. And we are saying as Kilimo Trust that you can actually make more money without expanding into wetlands. You can increase your yield, you can increase your marketable surplus by growing rice uplands and also maximizing your yields using innovative technologies that don't necessarily require you to expand into wetlands. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rachel Adjambo. That sounds really comprehensive. Mr. Desiree, do you feel these efforts are visible or effective in your community?
Yeah, thank you, Madam Rachel, for this explanation. But this is not something that is we can hide. It's something that is visible in the field. These people have been promoting rice for the last 10 years in East Africa, in Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda. If you go to Butaleja in Uganda, if you go to Nkwende, Tungenge, she said herself, you can see that rice in the wetland they are promoting. You can even see their signposts of Kilimo Trust in those wetlands. So, and again, as he said, critically, he said that they are trying to promote yields, promote income, which is true. Yes, yields are increased, income is coming, but we need to look at our future generations. So they are promoting this rice by promising these farmers, these other off-takers. They promise them local, regional, international markets, good prices, and they encroach the wetlands to go and they get those higher yields and they get more money for getting the other consequences of the environment. So that is the key concerns we have at our company. That's why we want these people to see how they can carve this situation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Desiree. I see some multifaceted approach here. Ms. Rachel Adjambo, I feel the community members are not yet involved or sensitized about this. Which plans do you have to ensure that this sensitization reaches deep? Because from what I hear, your efforts have really been good, but they're not felt, the impact is not felt on the ground in the community.
Thank you very much, Madam Moderator. I also want to thank Mr. Hakizimana for that concern that actually our communities are not yet as well sensitized as they need to be. I need to say here that the efforts that we are taking are only reaching just a small number of the farmers that we actually need to reach. It is true that the efforts might not be as widespread as they need to be, mainly because of constraints, budgetary constraints, but I want to assure the general public that we are actually very, very, very committed to making sure that we have environmental sustainability for our program partners, as I've just mentioned. And one of the things that we are doing to improve actually our reach and sensitizing is we are actually holding radio talk shows in the local language with district local government officials, including the district forest officers, district environment officers, district LC5 chairpersons, district speakers, district agricultural officers, district commercial officers, district production and marketing officers. And the reason we are doing this is we are ensuring that smallholder farmers actually get to hear the message that they need to hear. And this is that wetlands are important, wetlands are key to sustainability of agriculture in Uganda and in East Africa in general. And indeed, wetlands are important even to the financial and nutrition sustainability of our communities going forward. What else are we doing? We are actually holding local level interventions such as farmer group meetings, private sector and stakeholder consultative meetings, and we are doing this consistently throughout the implementation of our program. Why? In order to increase reach of farmers and where they need to go. I just want to make one correction and distinction in the concerns that Mr. Hakizimana is raising. In the places in Butaleja we are working and in Tororo, we have what they call irrigation schemes. These irrigation schemes have been established by the government of Uganda and other governments in the region. And these irrigation schemes are gazetted areas for production. They may look like they're in wetlands, but they're actually gazetted areas for rice production and other production. Then we have now the areas that need to be conserved. And these are the areas that we are all concerned about. We are highly concerned, we are highly committed as Kilimo Trust to make sure that now the non-gazetted wetland areas remain intact to provide ecological services now and in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you both for this enlightening discussion. We're now going to take a break. Dear listeners, kindly keep tuned in. We shall be back soon.